Welcome back to Kings to Gods. And we have a beautiful king right here, Abdul Haqq. Ain't he beautiful, y'all?
Oh, look at it. Just
Yes, it's flowing.
just
Yeah. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
And I want you to introduce yourself to everyone and just talk a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Abdul Haqq. I am a father of three, and that's just it. I'm just a dad of three black children that I love so dearly, and that's my purpose of being on this earth is to raise my children to be honest and civil human beings.
Wow. Yeah. He say that, but I think he got something hidden down in his heart. First, I would like you to talk about some of the struggles you've overcome, and for all the brothers out there that's dealing with so much, and they just need some inspiration to help overcome their struggles.
Okay, so just a little backstory on who I am. 41 years old, been living in Philadelphia all my life. I'm a father of three. My oldest is 21 years old. I have a daughter that's 15, and my youngest son is 9 years old. Um,
He look like a young boy, don't he?
and I've been in the streets. I would say a third of my life. Been selling drugs since I was 12 years old, and to me, that's kind of all I knew. And it wasn't until I had my child, my oldest, till I started looking at life a little differently. Started planning a little differently. But being that I was in the streets, so deep in the streets at that time, it was very difficult to get out of them and start living a normal life, you would say, tax-paying citizen and things of that nature. But it was a struggle. It was a journey. Um, just dealing with the fact of not having a high school diploma and trying to navigate through the working world in that aspect was very difficult. Being a single parent with my first child for 14 years was very difficult. Understanding life and pushing forward and knowing that is that this wasn't life and life can be better, especially if you view them that way. Just taking the small nuggets of life and appreciating it.
Now talk about that a little bit. Like a lot of black women get held high so much for being single moms. But talk a little bit about being a single dad. How was that?
So it was challenging, um, only because of the financial standpoint. Again, I sold drugs, so money wasn't the issue until I stopped selling drugs.
I can imagine.
Having to work and budget money to pay bills and then provide food, shelter for my son and myself at that time was the most difficult part. I wasn't eligible for any assistance. I couldn't even get medical for them. They would allow me to get welfare, which stuff that came natural to women, single mothers, was they denied me on everything. So, which was good to me because as a man, I felt like I didn't need any handouts, or I shouldn't be taking any because the fact that I was healthy and I was able to work mentally. I was there. So it was nothing in keeping me from going out and getting a job.
Right.
So those no's wasn't discouraging. They was motivated me to find a sustainable job to help take care of my kids.
So what about when you went to work? Like who watched the your child?
Oh well.
Did you have the daycare? I mean, like a child care service or
No. So at the time, by the time I started working again, when he was born, I was a true drug dealer. It was nothing but hustling all day, all night. And My father would watch him at night when he come home from work for me. So I had to go get him in the morning. So I would hustle all day, all night long. Um, and by the time I started working, he was already in school.
Oh, okay.
So,
So that kind of like
yeah,
worked out.
yeah, I had to get a job to work during those hours, and that way I'm able to come home and still cook for him and do homework and things like that. Yeah, I cook.
Okay.
I mean, my father always told me, man, that you ain't gonna always have a woman to take care of you. So,
absolutely.
Those were some of the things that I had to learn. I taught my son how to cook. I taught my daughter how to cook. I'm actually teaching the youngest now. So the easiest thing is to make them fry eggs. So that way they can learn how the temperatures.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I learned how to make.
So that way they don't burn much and they can understand how to keep the flames and things. Just the financial was difficult. I was raised in a house with a lot of siblings. It was 10 of us.
Right.
So we watched each other. So raising kids wasn't a major thing to us because we done took care of our younger siblings.
Right.
So we was able to see my older sister take care of the youngest. So we able to learn from that. And I was an uncle at a young age. And being a young uncle, you are forced to watch your nieces and nephews. So thanks to my big sister and big bruh, they trained me in becoming a parent and just having your parents and a big family around. I come from a huge family, so there was always family support when it come to raising kids. It wasn't difficult raising my son, but the issue did come in when he would miss his mom. So that was the rough part of being a father, having to learn how to teach a child how to express his emotions in a good way instead of a negative way. My parents broke up when I was young, so being as though I understood certain things, I was able to relay and teach my son something totally different. So we went through rough times where he would call his mom and she wasn't available or around, and that was difficult. Allowing him or let him know that it's okay to cry, and showing him how to do so without expressing anger.
Right. I think that's important that you mention that because there's like a stigma about men that they shouldn't cry, they shouldn't express themselves. Like,
y'all ain't never been hurt before when you love some goddamn body, cause that'll make you cry, man. I'm trying to tell you. So as you know, I got 3 kids, 3 different baby moms, man. So that right there was rough in itself. Every relationship you close that chapter is very difficult, and you find yourself being angry about certain things if you don't understand it, and taking out the blame game, you would say. So understanding people and understanding people's development, you can understand why a person do what they do, or if you understand their predicament or their situation, then there's only but 1 or 2 things that can happen. So if you understand that, then you understand a relationship, and being bygones, letting things just take its course naturally, and moving on is the best thing.
Okay, King got some wisdom right here.
Hey, man, I've been through a lot.
Those life experiences.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just that's high school. So all I have is life lessons, stuff that I learned from the streets, and just being a black man, being arrested over 18 times.
Oh, wow.
Having that follow you everywhere you go. So yeah, just navigating life can be difficult. But if you appreciate life, it's not. And that's what I do. I appreciate waking up every day just to see beautiful women, see kids. Just a dream is something that's, you can't put a price on that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just being able to just smile. I sing every morning, although I can't sing, but
he was singing earlier, y'all.
I mean, that's how I find my joy.
Absolutely,
I can't
love
find
music.
it in nobody else. Can't nobody really make me happy. I can make myself happy, and I do so every day.
Absolutely. You are living proof that you can. I'm not saying you're not condoning not for people not to go get their education, but at the same time, like you could still do things, and if you know who you are as a king, then you could still have blessings come to you. And this is proof right here.
That's why when we was talking, I said the little things in life I appreciate. Yeah. Waking up, being able to change things, being able to change. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I have that ability to change my life, and can't nobody stop me from it. And I understand that, and that's power. That's where the power comes at. It's what I want to do with myself at this point in time. You know what I mean? So it's ways to get around all that stuff with the record, with not having an education. My thing is, and again, what I stress to people, my kids is who saved me. I'm the oldest one. I love that boy to death. You know what I mean?
Your favorite? We say we don't. People say they don't have favorites, but
I would say my favorite is the youngest.
Oh, okay, your favorite's the youngest.
And only because I've became a better parent from after the first two. Mm-hmm. And understanding how to parent, it was so easy this time around. And he is the coolest kid I could ever have. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like,
y'all got that special bond.
Yeah, it was difficult for me, not because she moved on and got married. It was difficult because how now the things that I do will be magnified into the way y'all want to shape it into. Mm. So I have to be very careful on how I approach every situation when it comes to that. Because for one, we never had the conversation when you start dealing with somebody to bring somebody around my kids because of your demons. And
right.
And I'm cool with that because you didn't know how to go about that. So I can't fault you for doing something that you don't know how to do.
Right.
But now it's time for me because I know better to do something different. So, yeah, we communicate very well. But the oldest times that I had to be in the house with him were times that I felt like I might have been killed or there's a lot of jail time. I've been locked up a lot of times with him, and you know, you say, well, damn, how you make it out of that one? I can't explain it. It's just I just feel as though the fact that I've been a stand-up father from the time my son was born is what saved me. You know, being around him. There's been times I done rolled because I had the trap from my car before anybody was doing it. I was doing cell phone because I couldn't stand on the corner with my son. Mm-hmm. Now, fucked up
I got you.
With a 19-year-old with an infant on the corner while he's selling drugs. It put me under the jail.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I always had a car, I always had a phone, so we just ride around and I trapped that way. And then at night, when I stood on the corners, I would take him in the house. Because again, you can't have no kid out at a certain time.
Right.
So the fact that, I think, you know, the fact I was the only parent he had at that time is what saved me. What for them, I wouldn't be here. I'd have done a lot. I'd have been shot, I'd have been stabbed. I'd have been in so many shaky situations where you look at yourself and, like, even now, my friends come back and talk to me about the stories of the shit that we done been through. I still can't believe
that you made it through.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you can't explain that shit.
That's why I be saying to you, that's why I'm trying to get you. I know you was like, I enjoy the simple things in life, but you here for a bigger purpose. You may not realize it now because you know, you chilling. But I think somewhere down the line, something going to click and you're going to be like, I got to do this.
I hadn't gotten there yet. Whereas though something is going to move me away from my goal on making sure my kids are straight. Although
no, that's always going to be the goal.
I'm saying although what might make me move in that direction might make me get there quicker. But for the most part, it's just I don't know. I don't know. I'm conditioned on where I'm at. Like people call me old. Cause I stay home when I watch TV shows. Yeah, like I get a
you
kick.
You too laid back for Libra.
I done did all of that. My scale was high at one point. I'm here now. You know what I mean? Like it was drama every day. Yeah. Coming from that, and you know, a close friend being kidnapped and murdered, and you know, watching that stuff and being involved in all of that stuff. right now I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just being able to watch Blackish on TV at Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. In my time in the game, a lot of the people that I dealt with, with my friends, we didn't lose too many in the streets as far as violent killings and nothing of that nature. You know, a lot of them did a lot of jail time. They paid their dues to society, and we still have some in jail now.
Right.
But very few of my friends, man, passed away. Yeah, so that's why I say I'm blessed. We were blessed in the situations to be where we were at when we was doing what we was doing. Because we, you know, hustle in the neighborhood that we grew up in, that our family grew
Where you
up
from
in.
anyway?
Germantown.
Oh.
Up top, as they call it.
Up top.
But you know, just being around that environment, although you know it was always violent, you know, it was always around family. Sometimes look out for each other. So really wasn't too many snakes around. We could weed the snakes out of the grass, and we handled them like they were supposed to be handled. But you know, we here and we raising our kids. And that right there was the key, I think. Nobody in my family is a deadbeat dad. None of my I have not near one cousin that don't claim or take responsibility for their kids. And I think that's is the reason why we are all here to this day.
Right.
If you understand life and understand your responsibilities, everything else will follow. And our main responsibility is to take care of kids, and how you gonna do that without financial, and everything ain't financial. Being around them, instilling that structure in them, and letting them see the father figures being around, really benefits these kids, man.
Yo, this boy golden.
I always had my father, although he wasn't, say, present in the physical, due to his mishaps, but he was always around. You know what I mean? So just having that around and seeing it, and understanding that father figure isn't always financial.
Right, absolutely.
Helps me with my kids, and help me mold my kids into understanding the things they understand now, and keeping our line.
That's why I don't understand how some of these women can keep their kids away from the man, like talking about some oh, he ain't got no money, yada yada yada. So what?
That
let him
me.
spend some time with that kid, because he gonna wind up resenting you when he gets older, or she.
And yeah, I mean, it's very important. Very important to allow us to spend time with the kids. And they say, oh, I don't have no money to go over there. Because again, they put that stigmatism on, we're supposed to have money to be around our kids. Name me one kid that you come around that asks you for anything when you come around.
They don't.
My kid never really asked me for anything.
Well, I used to ask my dad for bubble gum.
Yeah, but that's corner store money. That's changed. You know what I'm saying? You can't get $1 from your homie to get your kids something.
Right.
Then y'all ain't homies. You know what I mean? So it is very important just to be around. Even if you, quote unquote, ain't shit, they need to see that, the difference, so that way they understand, oh yeah, my dad was shit, I ain't gonna be like him.
Right.
So you need to be exposed to that. Like, although y'all feel like that y'all saving y'all kids from something, y'all ain't saving them from nothing. Y'all actually inviting them into a world of trouble by doing what y'all doing.
And it causes heartache and pain too.
Yeah. All the time for all parties involved. Although you think you ain't hurting, and you don't think that he's hurting, everybody suffers from this, man. Everybody, man. I done shed a few tears over my kids just by hearing those words. Oh, they ain't coming over. You know what I mean? But you know, as again, life dishes you out nuggets. You start to appreciate the things and why the way that they are and how it comes. So if I'm being told that I can't see my kids for that time frame, I just look at it as maybe it's something I need to do to better myself during this little time frame I don't have my kids.
Right.
For whatever the reasons are, it's not for me to understand or explain. It's just, you know, deal with it as it comes.
Now you talk about your kids a lot, and I appreciate that so much. But talk about the organization that you work for.
Oh, great. So, as you see, sporting a nice little polo.
Look at him moving his locks,
you know
like he big and sexy.
Project Dad. So, yes, I work for this organization, which was founded about 9 years ago. called Project Dad, located at Broad and Fairmount here in Philadelphia, close to Center City, where we help fathers who have children under the age of 16 find employment and also get certified in 3 certifications: forklift,
Wow.
the OSHA 10 construction safety, and then the food managerial safe certification. So we do this in an 8-week program where we try to remove all the barriers for fathers who are looking for employment,
Right.
or just trying to be a better father to their kids. So we do provide transportation to and from the program every day. We provide lunch every day. We give them gift cards as incentive, so each father that's out there have the ability to earn $250 in gift cards to Walmart, which comes in handy.
Can I be a part of the program? It's like, no.
Which we also use as a coping mechanism, or let's say a tool to bring co-parents together. So we encourage our fathers, when they get the gift cards, to either go to Walmart and buy some household products that the family can use, or to give the gift card to your kid's mother. Although it may not be accepted as a great gesture from the beginning, but I guarantee she used that gift card to Walmart to get anything she needs.
Right.
So yeah, those gift cards come in handy. So we also supply them with 2 suits. So we give them professional attire, so that way once they go to these job interviews, they feel confident,
Right.
along with the things that we taught them. 9 times out of 10, the fellas get the job. The only time they don't get the job is when they don't want the job.
Right.
Because we try not to set them up for failure. We have employer matching with our job developers. We have 3 job developers on hand that will assist you with your job search and try to match you up with the perfect employer. We don't want you to go to a job that you don't like, because you're not going to be able to sustain that type of employment.
Right.
So we try to put you somewhere where we know you're going to strive. So we do this in an 8-week program, from Monday through Thursday. We have 2 classes. We have day classes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then we also have night classes from 5:30 to 8:30.
So it's no excuse.
Yeah, we remove all the barriers. All the barriers. Also, when you find employment, we will provide you with transportation your first 2 weeks, or until you get your first paycheck. And I think it's more likely the first 2 weeks.
You can't lose.
Yeah, and then we give you an additional $100 gift card, just as an incentive to tell you how much we appreciate you here. So yeah, it's an awesome program. It was catered for me. I actually came to the program myself twice. This is where I came when I knew I needed to change and find employment to sustain a living. One day, I used to work full of job when we was younger. They had these services where I think it was from 12 to 16. You can be employed by the city cleaning up the streets.
Absolutely.
And so I used to work a full of job, and I think I was maybe around 25 years old. I was deep in the streets, and I received the. It's something like they show you what your Social Security is when you retire.
Yeah.
Like they tell you how much you work.
The calculation.
Yeah. And when I seen that, I was like, oh crap! Like I need to start working so I can have something for me from when I retire. Because hustling, I would have to put my stuff aside to be retired if it don't get stolen or taken by the feds. So, needing to find employment. I was going through child support issues, being threatened to be locked up every month, and not understanding how does that help anybody.
Right, that must have been stressful too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Because I'm still in my kid's life, although their mother's taking me to court for child support, which I understand. And again, although I'm talking about child support, I don't completely have a negative stance on child support. And my reason being is because I am fair. I do believe child support is necessary. It does take 2 people to take care of a child. And as long as you're taking care of your portion, you know, everything is okay. I have no problem with child support, mainly because my kid's mother can't ask me for anything. Because they're so mean.
Right.
In my opinion, they are mean to me. They are very angry. So I can't, although I know I need to and I'm supposed to, it's very difficult doing so when somebody talking to you real crazy.
Yeah.
Knowing you're going to do it anyway and that you have to do it, and then they giving you, it's like, it's pointless. So I would rather not talk to nobody that's evil
Right.
Although I know I was supposed to take care of what I got to take
Right,
care of.
right.
So the child support thing to me is, I applaud child support.
Man, you must have broke some hearts.
They broke their own heart. Shall I say? And that wasn't to my doing. And out of the three, one understands. So,
Okay.
and that's the one we have a close relationship with. So
That's good.
But the other two, they will understand. They just have to grow a little bit more.
By and by.
Yeah, and hopefully later on in the future we'll have some sort of relationship.
Right.
But if we don't, I don't care. As long as me and my kids is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I came here through the organization to get a jump start on life and point me in the right direction. I didn't know how to put a resume together. My baby mom put one together, but they weren't returning my calls for that. So it was very, very thin. It didn't have no meat in it. I didn't know how to talk on the interview. So they just gave me a lot of tips. And, we walked through interviews. We went over key things like handshakes, just your appearance and things of that nature. A lot of things that get you eliminated out the door right from the jump that they taught us. So coming to this program was another thing that saved my life. And as you see, I'm here now spreading the word as the outreach coordinator, which was a position that they created for me because
they seen that light.
And we had a need for someone to spread the information about the program instead of just doing advertisement on radio and on buses. They wanted a real live person who actually experienced the program to talk about the program. So I'm not only the president, I'm a client.
And you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
Now I really want to talk about what we talked about earlier. Don't like that.
I know.
The legacy that you want to leave for your kids.
All right, so let me get my legacy glasses on. Okay. So, what I want to do for my kids is what most rich people leave or do for their kids is to give them a step up during that difficult time in life, which is their early 20s. When you're trying to navigate life, to understand who you are and what it is that you want to do. It's difficult trying to understand that when you don't even know where you're going to lay your head at. Where your next meal going to be, or how you going to get to that next dollar. So what my plans is for me, and it is very small at this point in time. Short-term goals is to provide or purchase 3 properties that I could turn into rental properties that I'm able to pass on to my 3 kids. So each kid has a rental property, which will have income coming in. So by the time that they're of age to take care of themselves, they're able to with a little stepping stool, so they could take that and expand. But providing and seeing my kids happy is what really makes me happy. With a lot of financial backing and struggling from the streets and living paycheck to paycheck, is a short goal that I want to accomplish for my kids, to provide them with a little legacy, let them know that their father cared for them and he wanted to make sure that they was okay, even in the grief.
Wow, you seem like an excellent father.
I try to be.
This boy cool though. I could just tell by talking to you, and I don't even know you like that you really do love your kids and you really care about them and you want them to succeed and excel. But yeah, I just want to thank you for being a good dad, first of all.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for changing your life around.
Okay. Thank you again.
Because I don't know, that people just need to know that you can change your life around. Like you not really stuck. Yeah. It's only in your mind that's stuck. But I thank you for that.
No problem.
And I appreciate your time. And I celebrate you as a king.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So every 8 weeks we have an orientation to accept new clients. Our next orientation would be March the 25th on a Wednesday. If you know any fathers that could benefit from a free program, the information will be here. We're again a Project Dad at 714 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And my telephone number here is 215-235-2340. My extension is 421. So if you're looking to change your life or just want to be a better father, contact me.
Wow. Thanks again for your time and sending out encouragement to all the kings that don't know that they are kings and they need to step their game up.
Know your worth.
Yep.
Know your worth. We got worth too. They say it a lot, but we got
Absolutely.
got worth. I figured mine out a long time ago. That's why I'm mentally where I'm at now. So.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Well, that's it, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep shining, King.
Kings the gods.
Peace.
One day go come when we all go. Before long, we go meet Mama Godo. When we dey meet Mama Godo, tell me, waiting you go say.
With my life jam nation, you realize all the time we wasting. You realize all the pain we facing. Please pour a cup feminine libation. My gosh, we raising. Please sympathize all the lies we raising. Please realize all the time. Female energy, 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 times sorrows. Carry all the weight of the world on your shoulders. Give a couple crowns to the woman who had bore us. Told us, focus, love and support us. Magical, umbilical, my universe is radical. Introduce the nation to embracing what is factual. Feminine energy, almost mathematical. You can't really sum up what is infinite and valuable. Feminine energy, balance up the indestructible in the vaginal, heaven in thine. She sing a melody to pass the time. Give us her energy so she feel mine. If I was astonished by the level of shame, feminine energy never shame again. Rain, tamed, brain, praying, intuition and ambition running through my veins. Pour out the love, let the healing begin.